Welcome back to ENCA. I'm Gareth Edwards. Well, the humble hamburger rarely has a place in traditional fine dining, but for many of the country's top chefs, it's one of the foods that's the world's greatest guilty pleasures, mine included, of course. Buns Out is a burger joint that has just been named, listen to this, and I'm not joking, one of the best in the world. Bloomberg recently announcing the world's best burgers as picked by Stars of Gastronomy. And Buns Out was the only South African restaurant on the list. How in the world do you make a standout burger? Well, Cheyenne Stone, Sales and Strategy Manager, and Tom Savage, Buns Out Managing Director, and here on the show with me to celebrate their burgers. First of all, the name is catchy on its own. I think when they were looking at, the kind of burgers we have to vote for, Buns Out is just genius. Congratulations to both of you. Tom, if I can perhaps just start with you, Cheyenne, if you don't mind. As the man who's the managing director of this, you would have had to have the idea before Cheyenne come in and go and sell it to the world. So where did this come from?
So burgers is actually came from a funny story. It's because we couldn't do pizza, of all things. It's supposed to be something that's just fast, fun, and simple. And we wanted to create an offer that was really nice and accessible without being over the top and making it feel like it had to be complicated, if that makes sense. So then we just put a little twist on it and kind of gave it a little bit of fun. Are
you allowed to tell me, Tom, what that twist is? Because it looks like a burger, it moves like a burger, and it probably tastes like a burger. Why, of all the burgers in the world, did your restaurant get the tick for South Africa? With no trade secrets, of course.
Because they're delicious. I think we took some unique flavors or some different flavors and put them onto what is considered a very traditional burger patty, lettuce, onion kind of formula. We put stuff like brie cheese, we put cranberry sauce in there. We've got a burger with blue cheese on it. And then we also took a very objective look at stuff like vegetarian and vegan options. And we felt like it formed a very important part of our menu.
And Cheyenne Stones, that's where I want to bring you in, if that's okay, yes. Because you horrified me. I actually switched the plates around. And from strategy,
yes.
Some people are going to ask, how do you strategize around a burger brand when there are so many around? How do you begin that strategy? And then you have to tell me what this sounds unsafe.
Complicated. Yeah, so basically, I did the menu at Buns Out. So that kind of forms part of my title, as I set up the menu. And I'm not a trained chef by any means, but I think that's kind of helped me to some extent because I've kept to very simple flavors when it comes to the burgers. And I think as soon as you start sous videing things and doing triple cooked chips and doing a million different things to try and make this amazing burger, you end up losing the plot a little bit. So I try to stick to a very clean palate, something that appeals to a very large audience and not just to a sophisticated champagne palate per se. So yeah, I've just done some simple burgers that caters to everyone, including vegans and vegetarians, as it is becoming a huge movement. And yeah, it's something that we had to pay attention to as well.
Whether it's through life choice or dietary reasons, Tom, that you have to take a look at something like the Get Vegan Burger. What's the plan here now? Because obviously you would have been voted as one of the best burgers in the world, certainly the best burger in South Africa, according to what we have from Bloomberg. What now? Surely you have to ride this wave along with your strategist on what happens now. Where to for you?
I think the most...
Apart from ENCA, obviously.
The most important thing for us now, I think, is just to maintain that quality that got us there in the first place. I think it's very easy to get lost in the hype around being voted as best burger in South Africa and to lose focus of what is essentially what got us there in the first place. So I think for now it's to maintain our quality and our standard and to hopefully give people that experience that got us voted onto Bloomberg in the first place.
Cheyenne, and I suppose many are going to ask the question of, that's the difficult part, isn't it? Because now you're very popular.
Yes.
There's the opportunity to go wider, go broader, go faster. And how do you now start advising Tom as part of the strategy team here when to go and when to hold back? Because you could dilute your brand. You could become too big a franchise and people are over you in a few months' time, can't you?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's a tough question. I suppose... Yeah, apparently, I've heard. Yeah, it's one of those things where we we're kind of riding the wave whilst it's happening right now, so I don't think we're focusing too much on what's happening next. We're kind of enjoying it and loving it for how it is right now. And I suppose I can give Tom a little bit of a nudge in a few months' time, but I think we're both quite comfortable. Just being comfortable, I suppose. We're also in a relationship, so it kind of helps at home to keep him not busy all the time.
So glad you said. Okay, here we are. I can't help myself. Who's the better cook?
She'll always tell you it's me because she wants me to do the cooking.
Oh, I see.
But in
psychology, I get it.
In reality, it's her. She makes the decisions in the kitchen.
I can imagine viewers are at home now because we're heading up, 5 to 12. They're getting hungry. They're going to go, good grief, Gareth, stop talking, find out where Buns Out is. They want to get in their cars now. Where are you?
So we're 32 7th Street in Linden. Yeah, it's as simple as I can make it. 32 7th Street in Linden.
Yeah. And when people can now start coming through to you, is this one of these order your burger at at like an open hole in the wall, or can they bring their family along, or is this a grab and go kind of joint?
So it's kind of an amalgamation of grab and go and bring your family along. So we wanted to create a space with a nice vibe.
Sorry.
But like we said in the beginning, it was all about being fast, fun, and simple. So it's very much you order at the counter, you're going to get a buzzer, and then as soon as the food's ready, we'll buzz you and bring the food to the table. But you can also get beers, you can get soft drinks, and we're happy to do a little bit of service for you at the tables for that.
It would be remiss of me if I don't ask you a very serious business question this time, not actually who's the better cook. When it comes to sourcing products, it's become a big issue. People want to know what they're eating, all the way from the bacon that I just stole, all the way to the beef patty, to the bread. I imagine locally sourced, but how are you now choosing, with this platform you've got, to go and source your ingredients? Because people are very health conscious. They want to know what's in their food.
Yes, exactly. That's something that I wanted to mention earlier, is we pay special attention to our suppliers. We don't try and cut costs or take any easy routes when it comes to our suppliers. We've spent a lot of time doing extensive research on who has the best products, who has the freshest products, and all of that. So we get our meat from a butchery called Bush, and we have given them a recipe where they outsource our patties. Just because our kitchen is just a bit too tiny to make like 1,000 patties for a Friday evening when we are chaotically busy. And because they're professionals, they know what they're doing when it comes to meat, we've kind of put it in their hands and made sure that they get it sorted for us. Same with our buns. Our buns also outsourced, but from a very well-known bakery.
Here's the problem with being on a 24-hour news channel that goes around the country. There's many upset Cape Townians right now, upset Durbanites, upset Free Staters, is that how you say it? Free Staters? That now want to get their hands on these things. When are you going to when are you going to move out of Johannesburg?
Oh, well, Gareth, if it was up to me, I'd have gone already. Like you said earlier, she keeps me very well grounded. Yeah. We actually did a little pop-up in Durban, so we went to test the water, see what it would be like out there. But I think as soon as we feel comfortable that we can manage the quality of the product outside of Joburg and give people the same offering, then we'll start to move further afield. Yeah.
Congratulations to both of you. I do need to say goodbye to you now because my crew are inching towards me for these burgers. So I'm worried they're actually going to walk on camera in a moment. Congratulations to Buns Out. It's been a huge pleasure to have with me today the award-winning Buns Out and Buns Out team. This is Cheyenne Stone, Sales and Strategy Manager, and also Tom Savage, Buns Out, Managing Director, bringing us this beautiful, beautiful food.